Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. It's been a fun Saturday. A lot of things happened overnight. So I just want to give you a heads up. There's a couple of complaints I'm receiving from clients. And here's the thing. I'm running out of time. And this is being a pain in the ass. I'm short on people. I'm trying to train people. People quit. People don't show up to work. And when this happens, and when more and more accounts I get, and more people do that, it creates difficult situations. I can't maintain what I have. When I can't maintain what I have, we start losing projects. We just lost Lancer Legion. I mean, it's a matter of time until we lose it because they have their own guy in there who they want me to train, which I am doing, but eventually they're going to get rid of me, which is going to get rid of my profits. When I lose my profits, I'll take it from somewhere else. So it means somebody's going to lose a job, which I really don't want to happen. So, guys, why did I hire you? If you pay attention, everybody who's hired, they're usually a student and they're usually from another country. Because I will also, when I came here, I was a student from another country. And I know how difficult it is to get a job when you can't speak English normally. And I know how difficult it is to get a job when you can't get a normal job, when you have to have somebody sign for you. Therefore, I created the opportunity. The opportunity is working. My clients are complaining that we're having students as workers, which is a bitch. So, whenever you are at a project and somebody's in there, please don't text. When you text and you wash the floor, maybe you do a good job, but if somebody sees you text, they'll complain to the guys who hired me and it will cause the consequences. Yeah, so one of the guys who took off to India right now, he basically his biggest issue was when he was vacuuming, he was texting at the same time, he was talking to people on the phone, which is totally fine when there's nobody around you. But when there's people around you, they know you don't pay attention, and God forbid you miss something, they'll use it as an excuse of you being on the phone all the time and talking to people. So please, whenever somebody's around you, try not to do anything stupid. Just do your job, do it as quickly as possible, do it as good as possible. Second of all, it's been an issue with a couple of people, not all of you guys, but I mean with a lot of you. Please check your work. Take 10 minutes to walk through the project and to make sure everything is done, that the dusting is done, that the washing is done. I know I can create a list. I just don't want to create a list. I don't want to deal with the headache, first of all. Second of all, I hate when I clean and somebody gives me a list and it'll take 20 minutes to go through the list. When I know I can just walk through the place, look through the place, and find things out. Okay, the biggest complaint right now. The biggest complaint I'm receiving is about the washrooms and about dusting in the washrooms, and especially about women's washroom, because all of my clients are women. Therefore, guys, please, pick up the garbage in those little like you know how there is by the toilet, there's this little garbage for women, right? Make sure it's always empty, make sure it's always clean, make sure the top of it is clean, make sure the stove is clean. Because if you're not going to do that, I'm going to continue receiving complaints. I want to increase the price by 10%, which is going to increase your salary. I cannot do that if I'll keep receiving complaints. Okay, now, second of all, those guys who've been working for me for a while, also I'm rolling with you guys, but I think you need a salary increase. I cannot afford to give a salary increase because I get, how much is it? $2.60 per hour from what you work, which is basically nothing. Yes, it adds up over time, but you have to remember I buy supplies and I buy everything else. This month my MasterCard came into 2,900. It's in supplies and in what was in there? Yeah, in supplies and in complaints. Whenever I receive a complaint, I send something to a client as an apology, covering your ass. I am paying for you from my money. I'm not buying myself something fancy. I'm not paying for my car. I'm paying for you to make sure you stay where you are. So please double check your work, make sure that everything is done, because this is very important. I don't want to lose clients. I'm not gonna get hurt, you'll get hurt, but at the same time, just don't do it. Come on. Okay, then another thing. When something happens, something which you think is important and you want to tell me, stop and text me right away. Whatever it is, even if it's not important. For example, if you break your vacuum, which happens to be the client's vacuum, you know, the one those like small vacuum things which are electric. Not everybody has them, but some of you guys are using them. I'm okay with you using it. First of all, I don't want clients to see you use it. Second of all, yeah, you're not allowed to use it basically. Second of all, if something happens to it, I have to buy it. One of you guys took one of those vacuums and the handle in the vacuum fell off. I understand it was not your fault, the vacuum was old. But when the client comes in, they see their vacuum broken. Guess what happens? They call me and they wonder why it's broken. I was not supposed to use it. Guess what happens next? I have to buy a new one. And guess how much they are? $300. I know it's not a huge deal. It's not a huge deal when one thing happens. When a lot of things happen, I get, instead of $800 a month on the MasterCard, $2,900. So there are consequences. If something happens, call me right away. I can probably fix it. If I can fix it, it saves me money, saves you hassle, and everybody's happy. So whatever you do something, please don't hide it, because if you hide it, it makes things even worse. I mean, I seen guys do dumbest shit ever, and we got away with it because I came in afterwards to fix it. Or if you can fix something yourself, great. Just be like, hey man, I fucked this up. This is how it looked. This is how it looks now. Is this okay? If it's okay with you, everything is good. Okay, now checkups. Because I've been looking for people for so long, and whenever I find somebody, I train them, and then they quit on me as a fourth person already. I lose money when I do that. I don't like to lose money, first of all. I don't like to lose time, second of all. I only have 8 hours a night to drive through everywhere, make sure everything is done. Right now it's summer. On my full-time job, which pays all the bills, by the way, I have to start at 6 in the morning right now. Therefore, I only have 6 hours to complete what I usually complete. Problem with that? Well, first of all, it's less than 2 hours. Second of all, whenever somebody calls in sick or something goes wrong, I have to go and I have to clean the place. Tonight I've been working since midnight, and you can see I'm a bit fucked up right now, which kind of pisses me off, but that's okay, I mean, stuff happens. Try to save me time. If you are sick, if you're not feeling well, let's work on the way out. There's 2 people in the company which are hired for this purpose. When you can't go to work or you're feeling sick, call me, give me a heads up, let's arrange something, let's get one of the guys in there. I'll try to do that, and as fast as possible. I cannot call the guys at 2 in the morning and tell you're sick. This is not how it works. Tell me at 7 p.m, hey man, I'm feeling sick, I'm having a fever, probably not gonna make it to work tonight. I'll be like, okay, dope, give me some time, let me fix this. Otherwise, shit hits the fan. Otherwise, I call Arsh. Arsh, thank you, you're saving my life all the time. I call Arsh at like 4 in the morning saying, hey dude, somebody didn't show up, it's 4 in the morning, I have to be at work at 6, so please fix the problem. Which is awesome, but I want to pay Arsh more. Okay, paying more thing. I'm working on getting a bit of budget so I can buy us t-shirts and buy us, how they're called, the name tags. Once I do that, I can apply for government contracts. Government contracts charge around $38 per hour, like per work, approximately, which will lead to you guys, and you'll get around from $18 to $25 per hour, depends what you do. But government contracts are very unique. Whenever they hire somebody, if there is to complain, they just switch a company. So that's why I want you to learn on the projects you have right now to make sure everything is done. Meanwhile, starting next month, I'm going to order some shirts, I'm going to order some name tags, and people who've been working with me for a while who receive no complaints, you'll get those, and we'll get an opportunity to go for the government contracts. When I'll get those, like I don't know when. Just I got a lead on the website where I can get them, and I know there's people who are competing in there. One of them is Bison. Bison pays their guys $18 per hour. I'm sure I can pull off the same thing, because Bison has a huge fucking office, and I don't, so which saves me a lot of money, and therefore I probably can pay you the same while bidding for the contracts at a bit lower price. So it's something to think about. Please digest it. I know I've been talking for 10 minutes, but please digest the whole information. Try to look after your projects as much as possible. Do little things, try to make sure everything is done. And if you can, if you know somebody who needs to work, give me a heads up, because I'm going to be switching people. I need people with cars. One of the problems I have right now, I'm driving some of you. I mean, this is awesome, but you promised me you're going to buy yourself a bicycle to drive to work. I know it sucks. I know it's a lot more comfortable for me to pick you up and drive you there, but I'm losing time. When I'm losing time, you're losing contracts. So please, let's just try to fix this somehow. Because if we won't fix it, I'll die. I mean, my business will die. My business will die. 7 people out of work, and let's just try not to do that. Okay? Give me some time. Buy me some time. I'll find you more contracts. When I'm working whole night, right now I'm going to business meeting in 2 hours. Look at me. I'm fucking exhausted. This is not good. You guys, all you have to do, you work, you have a university or you have a college. I understand it's hard and everything, but if you can survive through this, I can find you better contracts. Better contracts I find, I can set you guys up in teams when you're going to be working 3 to 4 hours a night instead of working 8 hours a night. So yeah, just something to think about, and give me a heads up what you think. I'll be sending it to everybody, and yeah, shoot me some ideas. Okay, last thing before I forgot, those flyers. As you know, as I told you, I'm running out of time. Whenever I'm running out of time, like for me, I usually operate in a business where all the marketing and stuff is in the morning, so 10 in the morning until 2 p.m. Problem is, when I'm working my full-time job from 3 to 11, then I'm having a 2-hour sleep in between somewhere, or just hanging out with my fiance. I'm working whole night. I'm sleeping during the day. Means business is not moving. When business is not moving, it's going backwards, which is bad. So yeah, please do that. Also, about your projects. These projects are not forever. Customers have a tendency of changing things. Whenever manager changes, they want new cleaners coming in. Not because they don't like the previous ones, just because they're usually an asshole. They're trying to show prove to their bosses that they're doing something, and they fire the cleaning company and they get a new one. So yeah, if I don't find contracts, eventually all of us going to be out of work, even though if you're going to do a very good job. Please buy me time, and I'll get you contracts. Okay guys, you have a good one.